I pretended to be demoted and broke for a year to save money and surprise my fiancée with the wedding of her dreams, but she started making demands and told me to accept her cheating with her SIL's male best friend. So I revealed my real finances, canceled everything, kicked her out, and now I'm warning my BIL about his wife. Throwaway because people in my real life use Reddit, and I don't feel like having this thrown back at me during the fallout. And yes, there will be fallout. I'm a 34M engineer with a good job, good salary, and a boring personality if you ask my fiancée, Melissa, 29F. I live pretty modestly, drive the same reliable car I've had for years, wear normal clothes, don't flex anything. It's how I was raised. My parents drilled into me early that money doesn't make you special. Work ethic does. Stability does. Keeping your word does. Melissa wasn't raised like that. She loves luxury, the image of it more than the actual thing. Designer bags, sparkly nails, bragging rights, curated Instagram stories. None of that ever bothered me at first. She liked nice things. Fine, I'm not the type to police how someone expresses themselves. But things changed when we got engaged. About a year ago, I made a decision I thought was romantic as hell. Turns out, it was the dumbest thing I've done in my life. Melissa kept talking about her dream wedding, the venue she wanted, the dress she saved photos of since she was a teen, the month-long honeymoon in Greece, the down payment on a future house. I listened to every detail, and I wanted to give her all of it. I was willing to sacrifice to make it happen, so I came up with a plan. I told her I'd been temporarily demoted at work. Pay cut, less hours, stress, the whole story. In reality, I got a raise, a big one. I decided to live like I was broke for a year, dump everything extra into savings, and surprise her with the venue she wanted, the dress budget she wanted, the honeymoon she wanted, and a down payment ready for a house so she'd walk into marriage feeling dream-fulfilled and secure. Only 3 people knew the truth. My boss, who thought it was hilarious, and my parents, who thought it was sweet but risky. For the first 3 months, Melissa was sympathetic, supportive, encouraging. I thought everything was fine. Then slowly things shifted. She started making comments about me losing ambition. She compared me to her brother-in-law, Ethan, 38M, who flaunts his wealth like it's his personality. New watch every month, new car every year, posts pictures of himself in hotel lobbies like he's the CEO of something. Melissa kept saying stuff like, "You and Ethan should talk. He knows how to elevate his lifestyle. You used to be confident. I don't recognize you like this. You need to step up if you want to support a family someday." Every time she said it, I had to swallow the urge to tell her the truth. But I held strong. Marriage is about sacrifice, right? I figured 1 year of pretending to be broke was worth a lifetime of giving her the life she dreamed about. Around month 5, she started going out more. Girls' nights, brunches, wellness weekends. Most of these included her sister-in-law, Sophie, 31F, and Sophie's best friend Dylan, 30M, a fitness influencer whose entire existence revolves around protein powder and taking thirsty shirtless mirror pics. Melissa started dressing differently too, more revealing. I didn't care at first, I'm not insecure about that kind of thing, but then she'd hide her phone when I walked into the room, turn the screen away, jump when she got a notification. Red flags, but I wanted to believe she'd never do anything major. Again, I was working like hell behind the scenes to build this future for us. I was the stable one, the solid one. One night she came home late, really late, like 3 a.m. I asked where she went. She snapped at me. "Why are you acting controlling? Don't make your insecurity my problem. I'm stressed enough helping Sophie with her drama." Helping Sophie? Sure. That night was the first time I felt something shift in my gut, and it didn't shift back. About 3 weeks ago, Melissa sat me down on the couch. She was crying, shaking, acting like someone had died. She told me she made a mistake, that she'd hooked up with Dylan after a night out. "It didn't mean anything," she said. "It was a moment of weakness. I've been feeling neglected. You haven't been the same since your job changed. You don't make me feel desirable. You're not ambitious anymore." And then the part that made my entire body go cold. "If we're mature about it, we can get past it. You need to understand that I need passion too." She actually framed it like I had to adjust to her cheating. I didn't yell, I didn't argue, I didn't cry. I told her, "Okay," and walked away. Because in that moment, I realized 2 things. She didn't cheat because she was unhappy. She cheated because she didn't respect me. I didn't need to tell her I wasn't actually broke yet. Not until I finished connecting the dots. For the next week, I acted normal. Meanwhile, I quietly pulled phone records, confirmed GPS locations, checked backups on her cloud, screenshotted text threads, screenshotted photos she thought she deleted, screenshotted messages between her and Sophie laughing about me being too broke to keep her loyal, screenshotted Dylan asking if she was done with the charity case yet. By the time the week ended, I had a full dossier on everything, and the entire time, she didn't know I was sitting on over $120,000 saved for her, for our wedding, for our house, for our life. I don't know which part cut deeper, the cheating, or realizing she genuinely believed she was cheating down, that she thought I was lesser, unambitious, unworthy, a fallback option, that she thought Ethan, the guy who uses debt like oxygen, was more of a man because he flaunted money he didn't even have. I'm not the crying type, but I'll admit that night, I sat in my car outside the gym and completely lost it. I kept thinking how stupid I was, living like a broke man for a woman who couldn't even stay faithful for 12 months. Now, I'm sitting here with the evidence, the savings, and a decision to make that I never thought I'd face. She has no idea what's coming. The only question left is whether I should expose her publicly or just quietly cut ties and walk away. Because one thing is crystal clear, she was never the woman I was saving that future for. Update 1. I didn't post immediately after the original because I wanted to set the pieces in motion first. I didn't want advice, I didn't want suggestions. I wanted to execute my plan without anyone convincing me to be the bigger person, or give her another chance, or talk it out calmly. Number. Some betrayals deserve consequences, not conversations. So I spent a week calmly planning the single most controlled, petty, precise revenge dinner I will ever pull off in my life. And now that it's done, I feel lighter than I have in years. I feel like I peeled a parasite off my life. Here's how it went. I texted Melissa, "Good news, I finally cleared the last of my debts. I want to celebrate. Let's do a fancy dinner. I'll invite Sophie, Ethan, and Dylan too. It'll be a thank you for supporting us this year." She heart-reacted the text like nothing was off. She even said she was proud of me and glad I was finally stepping up again. I wanted to laugh. Step up? I'd been carrying our entire future on my back while she was out grinding on discount Zac Efron for attention, but I played my role. Calm, supportive, unaware. She picked the restaurant, of course, the overpriced rooftop place she always begged me to take her to. I booked it, no hesitation. It was symbolic. She thought I couldn't afford a burger. Meanwhile, I was about to drop 2 months of her rent on a reveal dinner. Everyone arrived exactly on time because none of them wanted to miss a free meal. Melissa wore a dress that probably cost more than her car. Sophie looked nervous for some reason. I'd later learn why. Ethan was hyped to order the most expensive whiskey on the menu, and Dylan came in wearing sunglasses indoors, at night, like a clown. I stayed calm, drank water, smiled, let them talk. The first cracks appeared when Ethan slapped my back and joked, "Man, good to see you out again. Thought you were gonna be broke forever." Melissa laughed. Sophie pretended not to hear. Dylan smirked. I mentally marked each reaction. I wasn't angry anymore, just fascinated. It's incredible how comfortable people get when they think you're beneath them. We ordered appetizers. Melissa kept bragging about how Jeff Bezos has a place like this, and how we should celebrate here more often when your finances stabilize. I said nothing. Not yet. About halfway through the meal, I pushed my chair back and said, "There's something I want to show you all." Melissa smiled like she expected a proposal-level speech. Instead, I pulled out a folder and a tablet. I placed 3 papers in front of Melissa, a copy of the wedding planning portfolio, the exact venue, dress designer, floral plan, DJ contract, honeymoon flights, all pre-approved quotes. A printout of the savings account dedicated to the wedding and house down payment. A second account statement with additional savings I never touched, over $120,000 across the two. Her smile dropped so fast it looked like her face malfunctioned. She whispered, "What is this?" I said, clearly and loud enough for the entire table to hear, "This is the life I was building for us while you thought I was unambitious, while you thought I was beneath you, while you cheated on me with Dylan." You could hear the air leave the room. Melissa's hand shook as she touched the papers. Sophie looked like she'd swallowed a fork. Ethan froze mid-sip. Dylan leaned back like he suddenly realized the ground under him wasn't stable. I continued calmly, like I was presenting quarterly earnings. I was never demoted. I was saving. I lived on a reduced budget because I wanted to surprise you with the wedding of your dreams and a down payment on a house. All you had to do was stand by me. Instead, you told me you needed passion and cheated with a guy who thinks push-ups are a personality. Dylan muttered, "Hey man." I held up a hand. "No, you don't talk here." He shut up immediately. Melissa started crying, not soft tears, loud, desperate sobbing that made tables stare. I didn't know. I thought you gave up on us. I thought we were drifting. I didn't." I cut her off. "You knew exactly what you were doing. You thought you were leveling up. You thought I was a dead end. You wanted an Ethan. You wanted someone who shows off money instead of someone who actually earns it." She was shaking her head violently at this point, mascara streaking. "It was a test," she screamed. "I only cheated to see if you'd still choose me even if I messed up. I knew something was off. I knew you were hiding something. I thought you were testing me too. I thought—" I laughed in her face. "A test? So cheating is your idea of checking the emotional temperature of a relationship?" Sophie whispered, "Melissa, stop talking." But she didn't. She dug deeper. "It was a mistake. Just one. I didn't love him. You were supposed to fight for me." "Oh, I did fight for you," I said, "for a whole year. I fought to give you security. You fought to get into Dylan's gym shorts." Dylan stood up. "We don't need to do this." "I'm not talking to you," I said. "Sit down." He sat, like he knew better. Then I delivered the final blow. Calm, clean, surgical. "But since you wanted passion instead of stability, you can go be passionate with Dylan, because you're both out of my life." Melissa screamed, actually screamed, in the middle of a high-end restaurant, begging, crying, reaching for me. I stood up, dropped the ring box on the table and said, "Wedding's off, you failed the test of loyalty." Then I walked out. As soon as I got home, I posted a short message in both families' group chats. "Wedding is canceled. Melissa was unfaithful. Please refrain from contacting me unless it's about logistics. Do not ask for details. She knows what she did." Her parents called me crying, apologizing, furious at her. Her mom even said, "If you take her back, I'll be disappointed in you." Ethan texted me privately saying Melissa was going through a phase and I shouldn't throw everything away over one mistake. Yeah, sure buddy. That told me everything I needed to know. Sophie didn't respond at all. Interesting, right? Especially because I found messages between her and Dylan covering for Melissa, and more than a few remarks that looked suspicious. So here I am now, sorting through the fallout and trying to decide how much Ethan deserves to know, because I think Sophie has been busy too, and if I were him, I'd definitely want a heads up. Final update. It's been several weeks since the dinner blow-up, and the fallout has been nothing short of nuclear. I thought I already lived through the worst of it with Melissa's cheating and the public humiliation, but the aftermath ended up being a whole different level of messy. This is going to be long, but I want to put every detail here because honestly, the closure helps me keep my head straight. The day after the dinner, Melissa tried to act like she didn't know what to do with herself. She barged into my apartment crying hysterically, shouting about misunderstandings and tests and emotional breakdowns. I didn't entertain any of it. I told her, "I'm not going to live with someone who cheats and then lies about why they cheated. You need to leave." She refused at first, saying she was still my fiancé and that she had rights. I didn't yell. I didn't raise my voice. I just texted her dad and said, "Please come get your daughter. She is not welcome here anymore." He came within 20 minutes. She packed while sobbing and cursing me under her breath. Her dad apologized to me every 5 minutes on the way out. Once she was gone, the silence in the apartment felt like I'd just removed a collapsing ceiling off my chest. I slept like a dead man that night. First real sleep I'd had in months. 3 days later, Melissa emailed me. "I want half the wedding savings. We built that future together." I laughed so hard I had to sit down. That account was in my name only. All deposits were from my earnings, and I had itemized records showing she contributed nothing to it. My lawyer sent her a simple response. "Client declines. Funds are not marital property." She tried a second tactic, saying she emotionally invested in the wedding and deserved compensation. My lawyer asked for evidence she invested in anything besides her affair. Case dismissed. She never tried again. I suspected Sophie knew about the affair, but I didn't realize she was neck deep in it too. After Melissa moved out, I started going through the remaining messages and backups I hadn't fully processed. A few texts stood out. Sophie and Dylan texting back and forth in a tone that didn't match family-friend vibes. I dug deeper. GPS history, screenshots in her iCloud, old photos she forgot to delete, hotel receipts on Sophie's digital wallet from nights she claimed she and Melissa were having sister dinners. It hit me like a truck. Sophie was also sleeping with Dylan, meaning Melissa and Sophie, two married sisters, were hooking up with the same fitness influencer clown, at overlapping intervals, sometimes on the same day. I sat there staring at the evidence for almost 10 minutes in complete disbelief, and then I got angry. Not because Sophie cheated, that wasn't my relationship, but because Ethan, who defended Melissa so aggressively, had no clue his wife was doing the exact same thing. I debated for a day whether to tell him. Then Sophie sent Melissa a message saying, "Don't worry, Ethan is clueless. He'll defend us both." That sealed it. I posted everything in the extended family group chat, the one Melissa's entire family and mine shared for wedding updates. I didn't give commentary, I didn't rant, just a message. If anyone wants to know why the wedding is canceled, here are the screenshots. Melissa cheated, Sophie covered it, both were involved with the same man. Then I attached everything: GPS, texts, cloud backups, photos, receipts. I muted the chat immediately. Within 5 minutes, the notifications started blowing up. Ethan was the loudest. "Sophie, is this real? Answer me. Who is this guy?" Sophie tried to lie at first, tried to claim it was old stuff and just emotional cheating. Tried to flip it into, "You're humiliating me in front of the family." Ethan wasn't having it. He started voice noting the chat, screaming, swearing, crying, the works. Then came the message that ended their marriage. "Pack your things. I want you out before I get home." Melissa tried to defend Sophie, which was hilarious considering she had her own mess to deal with. Her mom told both daughters to stop talking and take responsibility like adults. Her dad told Ethan he had every right to leave. Aunts and cousins chimed in. Half the family blocked Melissa and Sophie immediately. It was chaos. I muted the chat again and walked away from it. Later that night, Ethan texted me privately. He apologized for calling Melissa's affair a phase. I sent him everything I hadn't posted. He thanked me for being honest and said, "You should have warned me sooner." I told him, "You're right. I'm sorry. I should have." We left it at that. As if things weren't insane enough, Dylan, genius that he is, posted a TikTok bragging about pulling both sisters and how married women chase fitness instructors more than their husbands think. It went viral. Like, actual viral. Reddit, TikTok, Twitter. People dragged him non-stop. Brands dropped him. Gyms banned him. Even his own followers turned on him. Melissa and Sophie tried to message him to take it down. He ignored them. Their reputations tanked publicly overnight. 2 weeks after moving out, Melissa texted me a paragraph about rediscovering herself, realizing her mistakes, and learning what true love means. I blocked her. She made new numbers. Blocked. Facebook messages. Blocked. Email. Blocked. Finally, she showed up at my apartment door crying. I didn't open it. I just said through the door, "You weren't sorry when you thought I was broke. You're only sorry now because you lost the future I built alone. Leave." She left eventually. With no fiancé, no wedding, no chaos in my house, I breathed for the first time in a long time. I found a small but beautiful house and paid cash for it. Moved in last week. Quiet neighborhood, good neighbors, peaceful mornings. I took a large portion of what would have gone to the wedding and put it toward a scholarship fund in my late father's name. He always told me, "If you have money, use it to build something good." Feels right. I'm in therapy working through the betrayal, but I'm solid, grounded. My friends and coworkers told me I look healthier than I have in years. I feel it too. No regrets, not one. I lost someone fake. I gained my peace. And honestly, that trade was worth every penny.